Alright, well welcome to today's Buff Bones class. Today we're going to be using our broomstick, and you could also grab a band if you wanted to use it later for leg circles. But yeah, mainly we'll be focusing on the broomstick today. So let's just start by bringing the feet into a parallel position, just underneath the hips, and just let's create some length in the body. So just starting to take some nice big breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. Just creating length through the spine as you're breathing in. And exhale. Good. Really grounding the feet into the floor or the mat. And just finding that lift through the pelvic floor. The navel's just gently starting to draw in towards the spine. And we're just going to start off with a little bit of work into the feet. We're going to start off with some Mexican waves. So all we're going to do is try and lift the big toe off the mat. And then let the other toes come off. And then put the big toe back down, and then lower the other toes back down. Good, so the big toe comes up, and then the other toes come up, and the big toe goes down, and the other toes go down. Good, give that a couple more times. So just trying to get the Mexican wave through the toes. Good, so big toe, follow with the other toes, and then down. Good. So let's do it this time with the little toe going down first. So lift the big toe and then let the other toes come up, and then the little toe goes down, and then all the way back down to the big toe. Good. The big toe comes off and all the way down to the little toe, and then the little toe goes back down and all the way back down to the big toe. Good. Alright, let's get into a little bit of work through the upper body. So we're just holding onto our broom handle, and we're just going to come up onto the toes as we bring the broom handle out the front, and then lower back down. Good, and exhale to lift, and inhale to lower. Good, and lift, and lower. Good, we're going to do 3 more. If you want to take the arms all the way up towards the ceiling, you could. A little bit trickier. And coming all the way up, and coming back down. Good, one more time, coming up onto the toes, and then coming back down. Lovely. Alright, this time I'm going to keep the feet planted on the mat, and we're just going to bring the arms all the way up. Then we're going to take the hands out a little bit wider, slide them out, bend the elbows, bring the broom handle to the top of the head, push back up, bring the hands in, and bring the arms forward. So we're reaching the arms up, slide the hands out, bend the elbows, broom handle comes to the head, push it back up, slide the hands in, and slide it down. Good, let's go again. Lift it up, slide it out. Now if you wanted to bring the broom handle behind your head, you could, if you've got the mobility there. Take it back up, slide it in, and slide it back down. And slide it up, and slide the arms out, slide it down, push it up, slide the arms in, and slide it down. Good, one more time. Lift up those arms, and slide the hands out, bend the elbows, straighten the elbows, slide the hands in, and coming forward. Lovely. All right, we're going to pop the broom handle into our right hand, and just pop it onto the floor. And then we're just going to see if we could come up onto that right foot. So we're lifting the left leg up into the air. Good. Then I want us to pick our broom handle up, bring it over to the other hand, and pop it onto the ground. Good. We're going to pick up the broom handle, pop it back into the right hand, pop it back onto the floor, and then pop that left foot down. Good. Let's come over to the left hand side. We're going to bring the right foot up off the floor. We're going to pick up our broom handle, pop it into the right hand, and then pop it down. Good, we're going to pick it back up, swap it back over to the left hand, pop it down, and then bring the right foot down. Good, let's try that one more time. So we're back to the right side. We're going to bring up the left leg, see if we can get that knee up a little bit high perhaps. We're going to pick up our broom handle, we're going to pop it back down. Good, and pick it up, pop it back down, and then the foot comes down. Nice, one more time, over to the other side, and we're going to bring the foot up, bring the broom handle up, bring it over and pop it down, and pick it up, bring it over to the other side, pop it down, and then popping that foot down as well. Lovely. All right, we're going to come down onto our hands and knees to start. We're just going to start with a bit of spinal mobility. So make your way down to the floor. Just put the broom handle out to the side for the moment. And we're just coming into our 4-point kneeling position. So just into our quadruped. Good. Strong push through the floor, through the arms into the mat. Strong shoulder connection. And then all we're going to do is keeping the back nice and flat. We're just going to hinge the hips back towards the heels. And then exhale to come back up. Good. And inhale. So keeping that back nice and straight. And exhale to bring it back up. And inhale to take it back. And exhale to bring it up. Good. Let's go into our cat and cow stretch. So we're going to exhale to tilt the pelvis around the spine out. Come back through our C curve. And lift and lengthen through that upper back. Good. And again, round out that spine. Wind up that pubic bone. And then come back to neutral and lift and lengthen through that upper back. Let's try that one more time. And round it up. Wind it up. And then come back through neutral and lift and lengthen through the upper back. Lovely. Come back to neutral. Let's put the two movements together. So we're going to go back, drop the heel, bottom towards the heels with a flat back. And then we're going to round our spine out and come back through the center. Flatten out the spine and take it back. And round the spine out. And then coming back to neutral. Good, one more time. Flat back on the way back. And round the spine out. And coming back to neutral. Let's reverse it. So we're going to go into our C curve, our cat stretch. We're going to take it back. And then we're going to flatten the spine. And coming forward. Good. We're going to go into our C curve and take it back. Flatten out the spine and coming forward one more time and round it out. And take it back and flatten out the spine and coming forward. Great. All right, let's roll over onto our backs. And we're going to start with our pelvic curls. So just bring the feet completely together and then take the toes apart into turnout and then take the heels apart as well. So we've got that sit bone distance apart with the feet, and we'll just take a moment to check in with that body. So arms are reaching strong into the mat, and again just come back to your breath. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good. And as we breathe in, we're just going to tip your head towards me, towards the camera. And then come back up to center. And then you're going to tip the head the other way. And come back up to center. Good. Let's do that again. So you're going to tip the head towards me. And come back to center. And then we're going to tip the head the other way. And come back to center. And then we're just going to nod. So I just want you to draw your chin down. Down, and then let the chin lift and look up. So just gently pressing the back of the head into the mat. Bring the chin down. And then we're just going to lift the chin and look up. Good, one more time. I'm going to lower the chin down. And I'm going to lift the chin and just come into a neutral position for that head. Lovely. All right, guys. We've got our feet planted firmly on the floor. Arms are resting into the mat. And as we exhale, I'm going to tilt that pelvis, wind up that pubic bone, and roll our way up into our bridge. We're going to take a breath in at the top, and then exhale to roll it back down. Good, and exhale to lift. As always, if you prefer just to do a flat back lift, you're welcome to do that. Breathing in at the top, and exhale to rolling it back down. Good. All right, let's grab our broom handle. We're going to bring our arms straight up towards the ceiling and exhale, tilt that pelvis and roll the hips up into the air, breathing in. And then exhale to roll it back down. Good, and exhale to lift. Roll the hips up, breathing in at the top. And exhale to roll it back down. 2 to go. And we're going to exhale to roll the hips up. As you roll the hips up, we're going to draw the arms into the thighs. Good. Then we're going to take the arms back to the ceiling and roll the hips back down. Good. And exhale. We're going to roll the hips up, draw the arms into the thighs. And we take the arms back up and roll the hips. Good. We're just going to do one more exercise before we finish off here. We're going to come up into our hip roll one more time. So let's roll it up, and then we're going to just glide the hips side to side. So I want you to imagine you've got a skateboard under your bottom, and we're just going to send our hips towards the camera, and then back to centre, and then sending the hips the other way. Good, and back to centre, and send the hips towards me, and back to centre, and then send the hips the other way, and back to centre one more time. Send the hips towards me, and back to centre, and then glide the hips the other way, back to centre, and then we're going to roll the hips all the way down into the floor. Good, and just bring the arms down and have a little break. Lovely. Alright, we're going to pop our arms back up to the ceiling. We're going to take your hands out a little bit wider this time. We're going to walk the feet in together, so the knees are together, the feet are together. And we're just going to do our spine twist with our feet on the floor. So we're going to inhale, let the knees tip towards me, and we're going to take the arms the other way. So we're going to reach the hands down to the floor, and then we're going to bring our pole back up to the ceiling. Good, then we're going to let the knees tip to the back, and let the pole come towards me. And then we're bringing the arms back up to centre, and the knees come back to centre. Good, so the knees are going to go one way, and the arms go the other way. Good, and then coming back up to centre, and we're going to tip, and exhale. Good, let's do that one more time. So we're going to tip, and exhale, come back up to centre. Great, one more time. Inhale to tip, and exhale to come up to centre. Good. Alright, just bring the hands down, have a quick break. Alright, we're going to go into some leg lifts. So we're just going to do a little bit of abdominal work. So arms are reaching up to the ceiling. Now we're going to take the hands out reasonably wide, and we're going to exhale to float one leg up to tabletop, and then exhale to float the other leg up. So we're going to press our pole into the top of our shins, right just below above the knees there. And then as we exhale, I just want you to try and pull the knees in towards the pole, and then release. So the knees are pulling in and you're gently pressing against your pole, and release. Good, and draw the knees in and resist with the pole. Good, and draw the knees in and resist with the pole. Got 2 more. And draw the knees in and resist with the pole. Good, one more time, draw the knees in, resist with the pole, and then we're just going to lower the legs, 1 and 2. Good, have a little break. Alright, we're going to go into a single leg stretch. So from that position that we're just in, we're going to start to stretch one leg out. Now if you'd like to lift your head, you can. If you prefer to keep your head down on the mat, that's totally fine. So we'll take the arms up, bring those legs back up, and I'm going to press the pole into the thighs. I'm going to take one leg out, exhale, and inhale, bring it in. And exhale, the other leg reaches out, and inhale to bring it in. And exhale to reach, and inhale, and exhale to reach, and inhale. I'm going to try 4 more. If you prefer to do a double leg reach, and draw it in. They don't have to go terribly low. And double leg reach. And draw it back in. Last 2. And double leg reach. And draw it in. Last one. And double leg reach. And draw it in. And we're going to lower the legs 1 and 2. And have a little breather. Good. Alright, we're going to go into our hundreds. I'm going to use our pole for our hundreds. So you can keep the feet on the floor, you can bring the legs up into tabletop, or you could add a double leg extension. As always, the head can be up or the head can be down, and you can pop your hands behind your head if that's your preferred position. So I'm going to bring my legs up into tabletop. I'm going to exhale, come up into my chest lift. I'm going to take my legs out and I'm breathing in and out. And in and exhale. And in. 5 and out. Remember, head can be down if you need. 5 and in and out. And in and exhale. And in and out. And in and exhale. And in. Nearly there. And out. And in and exhale. And in. 2 more sets. And out. And in. And out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bend the knees. You're going to lower the legs 1 and 2. And just have a big long body stretch. So just take the legs out nice and long. Whew. And just give that body a release. Right, we're just going to pop our broom handle out the way for the moment. And we're just going to go back into a pelvic press. So we're just going to lift the hips up into there. I'm going to try some single leg lift. So we're going to lift the hips up and then we're going to pull 1 foot up off the floor at a time. So arms are pressing strongly into the mat. And as we exhale, I'm just going to lift the hips straight up into the air. Take a breath in. And then as we exhale, I'm going to see if we can float 1 leg up to tabletop. And then float it down. Good. And then the other leg comes up into tabletop. And float it down. And then lower the hips all the way back into the mat. Let's try that again. Exhale to lift the hips up. And 1 leg comes up to tabletop. And float it down. Good. Center yourself. And the other leg comes up. And float it down. And then lower the hips to the mat. Good. 1 more time. And then exhale, both hips come up. And I'm going to bring 1 leg up to tabletop. And float it down. And bring the other leg up to tabletop. And float it down. And then lower the hips all the way back to the floor. Lovely. Just give those hamstrings a bit of length. Just lengthen out the legs and give the legs a bit of a shake up. Right, we're going to go into our leg circles now. So if you prefer to work with a band, you can certainly grab your band and we'll pop the band around your right foot. So we're going to keep the left foot bent on the floor, knee bent. And we're going to bring that, so if you've got your band, you've got the band around the foot, or you can gently take hold of behind your thigh. And we're just going to extend that leg up towards the ceiling. I'm going to point the toes, flex the foot, and bend the knee. Take the leg up and point the toes, flex the foot, and bend the knee. We've got 2 more. Take that foot up and point the toes, flex the foot, and bend the knee. 1 more time. Let's take that leg up, point. Now just bring that leg into a moderate full position, not too pointed, not too flexed. We're going to take our left leg down onto the floor and we're going to go into our leg circle. So we're going to inhale, bring that leg across the body and up to the ceiling. And exhale. And up to the ceiling. And inhale. We've got 6 circles. And exhale. Good. And inhale. Try and keep that pelvis as stable as possible. And exhale. Lovely. Let's go the other way. Inhale for 1. Try and cross that midline. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. 1 more set. Inhale. And exhale. Good. We're going to bring that leg back up towards the ceiling. And then I'm going to reach that leg over to the side. So I'm going to reach for my thigh. I'm thinking about twisting the arch. If you've got the band, if you're holding the band, you can use your band to bring that leg across. Good. Bring that leg back up. And I'm going to lower that leg back to the floor. Good. Alright, so again, just start with both knees bent. And then we're going to bring that left leg up into hand. So again, you can swap the strap if you're using the band, pop the band over the feet. I'm going to hold on behind my thigh. I'm going to reach the leg up to the ceiling and point the toe. Flex the foot and bend the knee. Take the leg up and point the toe. Flex the foot and bend the knee. And up and point and flex and bend. One more time. And up and point. Lovely. Alright, so just coming into moderate foot position. We're going to lengthen the right leg onto the floor. Going into a bit of turnout position. And we're going to bring that leg across the body. And back to the ceiling. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Good. And then we're going to go back the other way. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. One more time. And inhale. And exhale. We're going to bring that leg back up to center. We're going to take that leg over to the side. Again, I'm going to grab for my thigh. If you've got your band, I'm going to twist the arch of the foot towards the floor, getting that stretching through the side of the leg. Good. Bring that leg back up, bend the knee, and we'll lengthen that leg onto the floor. Lovely. All right, we're going to come up for some seated work. So make your way up. If you'd like to roll your mat up, or you'd like to sit on a cushion or a towel, anything you'd like to sit on to get yourself up a little bit higher, that's totally fine. So we're going to start with a bit of spine stretch. So we're sitting up nice and tall. And we've just got the feet just wider than the hips, and we've got our hands on our broom handle again. So we're just going to go into spine stretch. So as we exhale, just going to let the chin come forward, and then we're reaching through the crown of the head. So you're reaching towards me, take a breath in, and then as you exhale, I'm going to restack the spine and sit back up our wall. So exhale, imagine you're gently peeling your spine off your wall, and we're reaching forward, take a breath in, and then exhale. And we're coming back up our wall. We've got two more. And exhale. And we're reaching forward. Take a breath in. And exhale. To come back up our wall. Lovely. One more time. And exhale. Allow the chin to come forward. And reach. And exhale. And coming back up. Lovely. We're going to do our spine twist. So I'm going to hold the broom handle across the front of my chest, like so. If that's something you can do, great. If not, you can just pop it down and imagine that you've got your broom handle behind your shoulders. So feet are together, sitting up nice and tall, and I'm going to exhale, twist, and inhale, center. And exhale, twist, and inhale. Now we're going to do two to the right. So we're going to exhale, pulse, and center, and two to the left, and center. Now we're going to do three. So we've got 3, 2, 1, and center, and 3, 2, 1, and center. Now we've got 4, and 4, 3, 2, 1, and center, and 4, 3, 2, 1, and center. Back to 3, and 3, 2, 1. Very tall through the middle, and 3, 2, 1, and center. And now I've got 2, and center, and 2, 1, and center. Now I'm just going to twist once to the right, and center, and once to the left, and center. Lovely. Let's pop the broom handle away. I'm going to get you to bring your left knee up, and we're just going to twist towards that left knee and gently pull ourselves around. So gently holding onto that thigh, looking over that back shoulder. And then coming back through. Lovely, lengthen out that leg. Let's bring up that right leg. And we're going to twist. Looking over that back shoulder. And coming back through. Lovely. All right, we're going to hold our hand. We're going to do a little bit of kayaking. So we're going to do our rollbacks, and then we're going to add our kayaking arms. So knees are going to be bent. If you prefer to have the knees out to the side just to let the hip flexors go, excuse me. Arms are reaching out the front, and as we exhale, we're just going to tilt that pelvis and roll off the back of the hips. Take a breath in, and then exhale, roll the ribs back over the hips, and sitting up tall. Good, and again, exhale, tilt that pelvis, and roll it back. Take a breath in, and exhale, and coming up tall. Good, we're going to do that one more time. Exhale to take it back. Take a breath in, and then exhale, roll the ribs over the hips, and sit up tall. Okay, we're going to go back again, and this time we're going to add our kayaking arms. So let's exhale to take it back, and we've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back up through center. Whew, let's do that one more time. Sitting up tall, and exhale, tilt that pelvis and roll it back. And we've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center, and rolling it all the way up. Oh, lovely. Give those legs a bit of a lengthen out. Give the legs a bit of a shake. All right, we're going to get into our side lying work now. So just popping the broom handle out of the way. Unroll your mat if you rolled it up, and we're going to lie on our sides. So we're going to start with some leg kicks today. So both legs, bottom leg is going to be bend underneath. I'm going to start with the top leg out nice and long. And I'm going to try and find that lift in the side waist. And I'm going to point the toe to pull the leg behind the body. And then as we exhale, I'm going to kick it forward. And inhale to pull it back. Good. Exhale, flex. And inhale, point to pull it back. Good. Exhale, flex. And inhale, point. Let's add a double kick. So it's exhale. Breathe in, reach it behind. And exhale. Breathe in and reach it behind. Good. And exhale. Kick, kick. Breathe in behind. And exhale. Kick, kick. Breathe in behind. Good. Now I'm going to try and lift that leg up and down. So if you can, go into a bit of a turn out. I'm going to lift the leg up. And then flex and lower. Good. Point to lift. And flex to lower. And point to lift. And exhale. Got 4 more. And point. And flex. And point. And flex. We've got 2 more. Breathe in to lift. And exhale to lower. Last one. And point. And flex. Now bring that leg back to parallel, and we're just going to take that leg as far behind the body as we can. We're going to point the toe, and we've got 6 little circles in each direction. And 6, and then 6 circles the other way. Still trying to pull that leg behind the body. Should be getting a nice little bit of burn in the bottom. Last one, and bring it in. Ooh, good, and give that bottom a little rub. Lovely. All right, we're going to go into our chest up. We're going to do our snake arms today. So we're going to start with the arms long, and we're just going to reach the top hand just past the bottom palm, and then we're going to pull that arm across the bicep, across the chest, open it all the way out, keep the arm long, and then we're going to close our book. Good, and we're going to snake that arm over the top of the bottom arm and open it up and close our book. We'll do that one more time. And snake that arm across the chest and open and close our book. Now let's reverse it. So we're going to open straight up, open, like opening a big book. Then we're going to bend the wrist, bend the elbows, and snake that arm across. And lift, open, bend the wrist, bend the elbow, across the chest, and along that bottom arm. Good, one more. This time we're going to take it open, and we're going to hold the open. Nice. If you want a bit more, you can certainly lengthen that top leg out. See if you can let that foot go heavy to the floor. Bit of stretch into that hip, into that lower back. Good, let's bend that knee, and then we're going to bend that wrist, bend that elbow, and bring that arm all the way through. Lovely. All right, we're going to swap over to the other side, but on our way through, yep, we've got a bit of teaser break. So we're going to use our broom handle, and we're going to bring it behind our thighs. So I'm holding on either side, and just want to get nice and tall through the chest. And then we're just going to lean back till we're rolled off the back of the sit bones. And then feet can be on the floor or feet can be floating. And we'll just start with our single leg lift. And single leg lift. So just taking the leg up to wherever you can manage it, but we're still holding onto our broom handle. And if you want to go to double leg lift. Good. So again, doesn't have to be a massive movement, quite small spine. Good, last one. Let's take our feet to our most challenging position. So they might be in tabletop, you might be able to get them all the way out. Hold on for 3, and 2, and 1. Bend those knees, and coming forward. Lovely. All right, let's pop our broom handle back down. And let's roll onto the other side. So think about getting your body up the back of your mat, back of the shoulders, back of the hips. And then we're going to bring that bottom leg underneath. Good, so we're reaching tall through the top hip, we've got our lift in our side waist. And I'm going to point the toe and pull the leg behind the body, and then flex the foot and kick it forward. Point to flex. And exhale, flex to kick. Good, point to reach behind. And exhale. Let's add our double kick. So breathe in, reach behind. And exhale, kick, kick, breathe in. And exhale, flex, flex, breathe in, point. And exhale. Breathe in. Last one, and exhale. Breathe in, good. All right, so we're going to point the toe, we're going to go into turn out position. We're going to lift that leg up, then flex the foot and reach towards the floor. Good, point to lift, and exhale to flex, and point, and flex, and point, and flex. We've got 4 more, and point, and flex, and point, and flex, and point, and flex. One more time, and point, and flex. Lovely. Now we're just going to point that toe one more time, come back to parallel, pull the leg as far behind your body as you can, and give me 6 little leg circles in each direction. Keep that breath going strong. Good, and then 6 circles the other way. Lovely, and release. Good, just give that bottom a little run. Lovely. All right, let's bring both knees up into that side lying tabletop position. We're going to reach the arms out long, and we're going to do our snake arms. So we're going to reach the top hand over the bottom arm, and I'm going to draw that arm across the chest, open out wide, and I'm going to close our book. Good, and I'm going to snake that arm. Cross the arm across the chest, open, and close our book. One more time. Slide that arm across, and open, and close. Now let's reverse it. So we're going to open our book first. I'm going to bend the wrist, bend the elbow, and reach that arm through. Good, and lift, and open. Bend the wrist, bend the elbow, We've got one more, and lift. Bend the wrist, bend the elbow. And this time we're going to take it open and hold the stretch. So open it up. If it's there for you, again, you can take the top leg out. Try and let it relax, go heavy. Good, bend that knee, and then as we exhale, bend that elbow, bend the wrist, and draw that arm all the way back through. Great. All right, let's do a little bit of back extension. So we're going to lie on our tummy with our arms long by our side. So if you prefer to have a block or a towel perhaps underneath your forehead, you're welcome to grab one. And then we're going to lie on our tummy. So I'll keep my head turned just so I can keep talking to you, but you can look straight down into your mat. We're going to start with the arms long by the side. And we're just going to start by getting those shoulders connected. So think about focusing on that breath again, in through the nose, out to the mouth. Find that lift in the abdominals, so feel like you're trying to put your navel in and up away from the mat. And as we exhale, we're just going to reach the hands towards the toes, let the hands come up off the mat, bringing the shoulder blades into our back pockets. And then float the arms back down. And again, we're just going to reach the hands, let the arms come up, pull the shoulder blades down. And then float it back down. Good, let's try 2 more of those. Reaching those hands. And floating them back down. Good, one more time, reaching those hands. And float it back down. Lovely. This time we're going to add our back extension in as we lift those arms. So we're going to reach those hands, we're going to lift and lengthen through the upper back. Our eye line's going to look forward. And then we're going to float it back down. And exhale to lift. Letting that upper back come up off the floor. And float it back down. Good, and lift. Now could we hold the lift here? Could we open the arms out to the side, palms facing the floor? I'm going to draw a little pinky finger back to our bottom. Turn the palms and float it back down. Let's try that again. So we're going to come up into our extension. We're going to open the arms out to the side. Draw your little pinkies back to your bottom. Turn the palms and float it back down. Good. And coming up. And open. Now if you wanted to bring the arms all the way out the front, you could. And bring the arms back in by the side. And floating it back down. Lovely. All right, we're just going to do some single leg kicks. So I'm going to get you to come up onto your elbows and really lift the ribs off the mat. So we're not hanging off our shoulders, we're really connected. Legs are out nice and long. A bit energy in the back of the legs, and as we exhale, we're just going to kick, kick, and lengthen. And kick, kick, and lengthen. And lengthen. And lengthen. And kick, kick, and lengthen. Kick, kick, and lengthen. We've got 4 more sets. And 3. And kick. And 2. And kick. And last set. And kick, kick, and lengthen. Lovely. All right, we're going to bring our head and just turn your head so you can look towards me. And we're going to bring the hands into the small of the back. And we're just going to see if we can relax the elbows. So we're just going to get a bit of stretch into through the back of the shoulders. So try and relax the elbows down towards the floor. And then if it's there for you, we're just going to walk the hands a little bit further up the back. And again, just relaxing the elbows down. So it shouldn't be painful, it should feel a bit stretchy. But if it's feeling painful, you're going too far. And again, you might be able to bring the hands a little bit further up the back. And let the elbows sit heavy. Good. Just move the hands back down towards your bottom and turn your head the other way. And again, just reaching those hands up your back and letting the elbows sit heavy on the mat. I'll keep my head turned this way so I can keep talking to you. Good, and see if you can bring the hands up a little bit higher again. And relaxing those elbows down. Good, one more time. See if we can get those hands up a little bit higher. Relaxing the elbows down into the floor. And then just lengthen your hands down towards your bottom and then bring them all the way down. Great, and bring our hands by the side of the chest and we're going to lift ourselves up into our rest position. So knees can be together, or if you prefer to take the knees apart and just sink that bottom back. So you can keep the back quite flat, or you can go into that round back stretch if that feels okay for your back. Alright, we're just going to finish off with a little bit of support work. So I'm going to come back into our quadruped. So coming up onto those hands and knees. And just give me a little rock in and out of neutral. So not a full blown cat and cow, but just a little pelvic tilt in and out. And then we're going to find our neutral position. So a long, strong push into the mat with those hands. Knees are hip distance apart. And we're going to take out our right leg and our left arm. We're going to reach it out. Then we're going to pull the elbow and the knee towards each other. Push back out. And come back down onto the floor. But stay with the same side. So I'm going to reach the arm and the leg out. Bend the elbow and the knee. Push it back out. And come back down onto the floor. We've got two more. Reach the arm and the leg out. Elbow and the knee come in. Push it back out. And bring it back down. Good, one more time. And reach it out. Elbow and knee come in. Push it out. And coming down. Good. Alright, take a moment to reset. I'm going to go to the other side. So I'm going to reach the arm and the leg out. Elbow and knee come in towards each other. Push back out. And the hand and the knee go down. And reach it out. Elbow and knee come together. Push it out. And lower back down. Got two more. Reach it out. Elbow and knee. Push it out. And come back down. One more time. Elbow and knee. Bring them in together. Push it out. And float it back down. Good. Alright, last little bit here is a little bit more balanced work to finish. So we're going to go back to the first side. Take the elbow, or the leg and the arm rather out. Find that length through the arm and the leg. And then the knee that's on the floor, and think about lifting that foot up into the air. Good, let's hold on for 3, and 2, and 1. We're going to pop that foot down, and bring that foot and that hand back in. Great, let's just finish it up on the other side. So let's take the arm and the leg out. Knee that's on the floor, think about lifting that foot up into the air. Good, we've got 3, and 2, and 1. I'm going to pop that foot down, and bring that hand and foot back down. Good, let's just sit back into our rest position one more time. Sinking into those hips, taking a couple of nice deep breaths. Great. Alright team, that's our buff bones for today. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I'll see you real soon for another class. Enjoy your day.